Hello, everybody. And today I am wearing blue. And when I wear blue, it means that I have a special guest. That's how I
Oh,
realize. And I am so honored to onboard Laila Al Hadhrami, who is one of the most fascinating female leaders, empowering and igniting female leaders in the Middle East. Today, straight from Muscat, Oman, representing actually smart and sustainable cities. So, Laila, could you go ahead and share with us why you do what you do and what type of events in your life, decisions in your life led you to your choice today?
first, thank you so much, Laura, for hosting me and for wearing the blue. And it looks so gorgeous in you. I'm just really honored to face this beauty in front of me. And thanks again for such a great initiative. And we need people like you, Laura, to let me say, empower the others through such initiatives. And to speak about myself, how I really started, because everyone asking me that question, how I really started in smart cities. So, because my background is away from the technology, everyone they said, "Are you a technical?" And I said, "No, I'm not technical. I'm a business." And they say, "How come that you end up in the smart city sector?" So my story started long time ago. Maybe some of our dreams are starting early with us. But these dreams are growing with us. So we grow up and our dreams are growing. So since I was a kid, I love to explore the new things. And I love also traveling. And I'm gonna tell you what is the connection between traveling and smart cities, let me say sustainable cities.
Interesting.
So as soon as finished my school, I wanted to be dentist, to be honest with you. Then I decided,
Okay.
no, this is not the right decision for me because dentist students, they were working very hard. And to be honest with you, I'm not that hardworking because it needs a very smart students who could memorize books and they could spend a lot of time studying. And I just found out that I'm not that person because some people are giving some, let me say, abilities to be able to memorize, but I'm not that person. I'm mostly a practical person. So this is also a good advice for everyone. When we are evaluating the student, not all the students are the same. Everyone has like different skills, different abilities. And so I called my dad and said, Dad, I don't think that I could be a dentist. Can I go to the other field that I really love it? I love actually literature. So I decided to continue my path in English literature because I love drama, I love writing, reading books. And since that time, I started writing. So I started writing, and that's why today I'm very active in LinkedIn as a writer because the writing skills started since I was at school. That and I have a dream that I really wanted to be a writer. And I said, I'm gonna publish my first book and I'm going to be a writer. So I have so many tries and I failed. Nobody succeed from the first time. So I was just writing. And then as soon as I finished writing, I said, no, this is not working. So I leave that in the drawer. And then I said, okay, I'm gonna continue my master degree. So as soon as I started my first job, so I got my, by the way, bachelor's degree in English literature. And as soon as I started my first career, I was working as coordinator in Sultan Qaboos University. Sultan Qaboos University is like the first government university in Oman. And I was really, because I graduated also from that university, and to work in the same university is like an honor for everyone. So I was really lucky between all my peers, but I got a job. It's like a routine job for me. So most of the time I was just searching for any project that I could be involved in it. And my colleagues, they were telling me, you're crazy. Why you are trying to get extra job for you? And I said, I cannot keep silent like that. I have to get some job because I need just to move. It depends on you, Laura. are you a person that you are waiting that others to give you a job, or you are a person that you need to get extra work? Why? Because I wanted to learn more. I feel that there's more energy inside my body. And I couldn't just stay on the table waiting the others to give me the job. And that has helped me a lot to increase my network. And when I say increase my network, because I was not, let me say, satisfied with the network in my department. So I started meeting people from different departments at the college level, at the university level. So I started getting my own communication, that strong bond. And I
Mm.
decided also to get my higher education. But because I was like a new employee, I cannot leave my job. So I decided to do it online. And I'm speaking about 2006. At that time,
Mm.
Laura, the online education was not popular.
Online, yeah.
When it became
No.
popular? During COVID-19. So imagine
Yes.
after almost like 20 years, it becomes very popular. So at that time, when I really decided to take that decision, everyone told me you are really crazy. This is not gonna be helpful for you. You are not going to learn. And because of that, I decided to go for that. And my dad supported me. He said, don't listen to others. If you feel that you're gonna uh, achieve your goals and dreams, go for it. And I can support you on that. So I take the decision and I got my master's degree from Southern Queensland in Australia. And my master's degree, I did it in online education because I wanted to prove for the others that they have like a wrong misconception about the online education. You can learn anytime, anywhere. You can work anytime, anywhere. Sometimes it's really hard for us to accept the new change in our life. So luckily, and during my master's degree, part of my education was the virtual platforms, what we call it today, the metaverse.
I
So the
see.
metaverse became very popular during COVID-19. Everyone started talking about metaverse, metaverse. And I said, oh my goodness, now people are talking about online education, blended learning, and metaverse during COVID-19. I called one of my friends during he's my colleague during my master's degree, and I called him, Paul, we are becoming now like pioneers in the metaverse because even we have like a published paper about how we can use the metaverse in education. It's almost the same scenario what they are talking about today. Definitely, it has improved a lot. It has been through different stages because the metaverse, the first time we used it, let me say, in 2006, is not the same like today. It has been developed because we have now, like, let me say, blockchain systems, we have different use cases, so it has improved. But that's how it really started. And that's also how the story of Laila started with the smart
Mm.
cities and the digital world because of that. And I got a passion to continue on that. So as soon as I got my master's degree, I decided to move to another organization. And I have a dream, and I said, I'm going to work in that organization. That organization is Information Technology Authority, ITA, which is like the leading organization in Oman to lead the vision of Oman, automating all the services of the government. And I have a dream, and I said, I want to be part of that team. Yes, with the God will, alhamdulillah, I got. But that was not, let me say, an easy journey. I kept almost like 3 years applying for that job. 3 years.
Oh,
So I'm
wow.
telling everyone, don't lose hope. Don't lose hope. We all get rejected. We all get rejected. But one day, all the doors will be open. And yes, and when I say all the doors will open, you'll not just get one opportunity. You're going to have like multi opportunities. And then you can say, okay, which opportunity I will choose. For me, I got, yes, different opportunities, but because my dream was to be part of that project. So finally, I joined that project because I really wanted to feel that I am having an impact. I am really working a big project like that one, a national project. So I have been working with the National Digital Transformation Project since 2012. So for 10 years, I was just part of the National Digital Transformation Project, and my personality has changed a lot because in that project, it's not just about the automation or let me say the system technology. It's about the people in all the government organizations. It's about to understand them, how we can support them, how we can really automate all our services. Because most of the time when we are speaking about the digitalization, people think it's just about systems and then you go online like that. No, it's more than that because the first thing that you have to do is you have to empower the people in every organization. You have to invest in their skills. Don't just go to them and say, I need you to implement this project. I need you to do this strategy. And this is like an advice for everyone who's in the digital transformation. You need to invest more in the people and don't invest in 10 percentage of employees because most of the time what's really happening around us that they invest in 10 percentage and then they forget the core employees who are
Mm,
going to work in these projects. So make it always as a culture that you want everyone to speak the same language, to speak your vision, your mission, to know what's really going around. Don't make it just for the IT people, because most of the time, the misconception about digital transformation, they think that the IT team has to do it.
yes. Yeah, like
And
silos, right?
sometimes they
Who are
throw it
responsible? Mhm.
exactly. And sometimes they will just bring, they will nominate some people from different departments and they said, you are our champions and we need you to lead that one. It's not going to work because those champions, they are already overloaded with other responsibilities. They will survive at a point, but they cannot continue in that. You have to have a dedicated team who can go in that journey. So
Mm,
that journey, let me say the 10 years working the digital transformation project, it has taught me a lot. So, and that is an answer for everyone. They said, how from English literature you into the digital transformation? Because I was working, and every time I was working in one of the projects, I was learning at the same time. So my learning was sustainable. So I started learning, for example, the first certificate I got in the digital transformation project was the user experience certificate. And I got that certificate from one of the Canadian institutes. That's like one of the professional certificates. It taught me a lot. It taught me how I can think about the others, to put myself in their shoes. And most of the time, people they are telling me why you are smiling and people are attacking you. And I said, because I do understand them why they are feeling upset from us. Because most of the time,
mm.
if you are working with the government, people they will come and shoot you. And they say, no,
Yeah.
we are not succeeding because you are not doing this and you are not doing this. So I was just most of the time smiling and say, how could you? Because I said, I don't blame them. They must be struggling. They must have some challenges. So we have to understand them so we can be able to support them, empower them. They are the one who are going to do all the job. We are just supervising them. And then I moved to another project, to the project management, and I got certified to the change management, and that was, oh my goodness, that was very close to my heart because it's all about the people. And I love dealing with people. Until today, I use a change management in every project I handle. It's not just about just saying change management and that's a no. No, we have to use all of these skills in all our projects. And 2016, I started then working with the smart cities. So you can see the sequence of my career that I kept working in different projects. Every project, I get certified, I get the knowledge, I get the experience. So I have like huge, let me say, data in my mind, in my soul. That's why I started taking this data outside and trying to support everyone. And one of the things that really happened to me that I was empowered once. That's why now I take it as a responsibility to empower the others. And one of the people who really empowered me during my career, he was my ex-boss. His name is Khalid Siabi. Khalid, he was one of the smartest people I ever met in my life. So he was like also the first, let me say, director general in the digital transformation project in Oman. And he also brought that, let me say, flexible environment. He said, I don't care where are you working today. The most important thing for me that I need job to be done. If you are working outside in the coffee shop, because he said we need also to change the mentalities of the people in the government. If you want them to automate their services, we have also to change the environment for them. So he was one of the supportive people in my career life, and he empowered me a lot. And when I started the smart cities, I was part of a team in 2016. We formed a smart city platform, and that platform, it was mostly about knowledge-based information. So how we can spread the word of mouth, let everyone first understand what's really smart cities. And I was really honored to be part of that team. And that's how my story with the smart cities. And for me, digital transformation and smart cities is all about technology. It's all about people. So it is guys together. So link it together. So I continue that journey using the skills and the experience that I acquired in the past. And when I started the smart cities, I still remember that I called my boss, although he quit at that time. I called him and I told him, Khalid, what does it mean to the smart cities? Because I feel lost. I have read a lot of articles. I don't know. Is it just about technology? Is it about the urban planning? Is it about connectivity? What is it exactly? So he was the first person to tell me what is really smart cities. And he quit, by the way, at that time. And he said, Layla, smart city is not just about technology, it's about connecting all the sectors to be
Mm-hmm.
integrated. It's almost like a symphony of a music, of a beautiful song that you are listening to it. If you are talking about a song, so it's going to be integrated with the way that you are, let me say, composing the song, how you are writing the words of the song, the voice, and everything, right? So it's almost the same. The smart is not about the technology; it's about integration of all the other sectors. It's about the governance, regulations, business models, financial model, people, and the people are the most important thing because they are the one who are pushing the success of these projects, and we are designing our cities because of the people. So I continue in that journey. Khalid Siabi, he passed away in 2019. That was very shocking for me, and that was one of the reasons that I should continue the journey and start empowering the others because I got empowered once and I need to empower more people around me. I need to have like impact for everyone that who are meeting me. So I started to be very active to share my knowledge also as a speaker. And I have to say that LinkedIn has helped me a lot to connect with more people. That's why I'm today connected with you, Laura. I'm blessed. So now we are meeting
Absolutely.
people around the world, and I have become very active in conferences, speaking, sharing tips. Sometimes people they are telling me why you are sharing everything you have to the others. Aren't you afraid that they might be better than you? And I said,
Mm-hmm.
I will be more happy if I'm going to have better versions than me. I'm empowering the others because so they can empower the others. So we can have a beautiful world where each one of us is empowering the others. So in 2021, I take a hard decision to leave the government. And everyone told me, how can you leave your baby project? Because I was at that time leading the smart city project at a national level in my organization. And I said, I need to learn because I'm not satisfied about that. Because when you are working the government, you always see things from one angle. We're always
Mm-hmm.
talking about the governance, policies, regulations. But I didn't know how it is really when it comes to implementation of these projects. Because at government level, you don't go deep, you supervise. So I moved to one of the semi-governments in Oman and I established with them the Smart City Development Department. So I established that department as my baby from scratch. So I set the strategy, I hired the people, and I started touching the devices. I used to talk about the IoT, But in this company, I started touching the devices. I said, oh my goodness, the IoT looks like that. And then I said, oh, it's not about the implementation. It's about full journey because that was able for me to increase my, let me say, knowledge and experience. If you want to succeed, it's not about the solution. It's about how we are going to provide a service because everyone cares about the service. Nobody cares about the smart meter of the water or energy in front of your house, Laura, or let me say the IoT sensors in your house. Everyone cares about the final service that we're going to provide it for everyone. That's why we need to have it as a partnership between the private sector and the government. And
Government.
from that, it came to my mind, where's my next journey going to be? Do I really want to stay here? Because even when I left, let me say, moved to the private sector, more people, they were connecting to me from Oman, from around the world, and they said, we need to get your support. We need to know more about smart cities. So I felt it's time also to move to another journey. So recently, I take one of the hardest decisions in my life, and it was a hard decision, but very brave to leave my high salary job, to leave my, let me say, high top, let me say, job title. And I said, I need to take the risk. We need to take the risk, Laura, so we can succeed. So I take the risk to quit. Why? I really wanted to empower more people because if I'm going to work in one private company, I have to be loyal there with my information, with my experience. But I couldn't. I have so many, let me say, knowledge with me, and people are coming to me. I cannot tell them, I'm sorry, I cannot help you. So that's why I really quit because I started empowering not just people in Oman. People are coming from outside Oman, startups, SMEs, private companies, academic institutions. So I established my first advisory company, and it's about cities and communities because I love cities and I love communities. And I told you, Laura, that I love traveling. So, what is the relation between traveling and cities? Because every time I travel to a new city, I learn a lot. I learn a lot from the people in that city, and I learned also from the, let me say, the culture of the city, the atmosphere of the city, the best practices in the city. So it's becoming like a beautiful hobby for me to link the traveling to my passion in sustainable and smart cities. So this is the story of me, how I really enjoy what I'm really doing, so I can share it with everyone. That's what I could say about myself, Flora.
This is such a powerful and deep story. Like literally, I feel the goosebumps when you share and connecting all those dots from the moment where you felt within your body that your energy was far beyond bigger than you can fit it in. And then your father standing so tall and brave and literally, supporting you. And then your boss, and then the death of the man who inspired you and all the decisions you made. Wow, this in all these interviews so far, this is the biggest, the deepest why beneath another why
Oh, yeah.
of your
You know, we are
story.
lucky. We are lucky,
Right.
Laura. We have so many people around us. If I could just mention that, we have so many people around us, and I'm always saying, keep yourself close to the people who are going to support you. My mom,
Yeah.
my mom, she was also one of the most supportive woman in my life, and she has taught me a lot that there is no limit for learning. You know, my mom, she did not continue her school. She just studied till fifth grade because
Hmm.
she said I didn't like it because I think she hated the math and the English at that time, and she said I don't want to go back to school. But what she did, she's using the smart mobile that she's using today to learn, to continue learning. Sometimes I feel that she's more educated than us. She's more educated than people I met that they have higher education, high certificates from universities, because every time she's just learning from that smartphone. So I'm asking people, how you are using your smartphone? Do you use it just for entertainment, or you are using it as a learning tool? So my mom, she's always inspiring me that we should never stop learning, and there's no excuse for anyone around the world to say we are not
Mm.
getting the rights for education, we are not
Education.
getting
Mhm.
training. Exactly, the training opportunities now everywhere around the world. My mom, she taught herself how to do, for example, cheese, how to make cheese. So now we are eating organic cheese made by mom. She just Google it, watching YouTube videos, how to make it. She learned how to do pickles. She learned how to do perfumes. So she has like multi skills. And every time somebody's coming to me and they say, "We don't know how. My boss is not investing in me. My organization is saying, oh, don't waste the others. You don't
It's
have skills. There are a
being
lot of online
victims.
courses for
Yeah.
this."
Mhm.
Yes, yeah. So
Wow.
she's the
Yeah.
one who's really inspiring us. Yes, if you just talk to her, you're gonna feel that she's like a person who has like a PhD with her degree, and and she has now Instagram, for example. For example, sometimes she will see some post that is very close from me about the energy, solar, smart cities. She gonna share it with me in private. Ah, Bob, thank you so much. So she gonna share for each one of her kids. She now knows each one of her kids what they love. So I got my bird. So she gonna share some topics. Sometimes I have pain in my back. She said she will just tell me, you have to do this exercise. You have to take care. You have to stand. She's the one. She's our doctor at home. So it's also about the power of learning and education.
Oh, I'm
This is
just
my
so
dream
glad,
also,
for
Laura.
her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Continue,
The dream
continue,
how
Layla.
we
What?
can use these tools, the dream also how to use these tools to empower everyone around the world. We just need to give them a smart device, definitely a high connectivity, so they can start learning. No need to go for physical schools because I know there are a lot of kids around the world. They don't have the
Mm.
rights to get to education. So at least if we have like that initiative, to provide them at least with a smart device, high connectivity, they can learn anytime. Education for all is one of my dreams that I really need to continue to empower the others. I'm now trying my best to work with some global organizations so we can think about it, how we can succeed when it comes to the diversity in education to get the right for every person in this world.
In this planet. Wonderful, Layla. Oh, there's just so many things I want to ask you. But at the same time, the time is running, and I'm like right now
True.
going to the question of the world record. Like, what is then, how is the world better off because smart and sustainable cities are in it?
To me, this is one of the important things how we can have equal life for every person in this global. To have a smart and sustainable city, it's about me and you, Laura, and everyone who are dreaming to have happy and equal and safe, secured life. To be in a place where you can go anytime outside. It's a place where I can get my rights as a citizen in education. So we have 17 goals. We that are the ones that we are living in a very, let me say, safe countries. We said, why we need these 17 goals? But the moment we travel to the non-developed countries, we fail. Yes, we need all of these goals so we can have that equal life for everyone around the world. And this is one of the reasons why I decided to establish my advisor company so we can speak the same language that we need to have equal life. That's why we need smart and sustainable city for every city around the world. One person, Layla cannot change, Laura cannot change, but at least small actions can lead to bigger actions, definitely, for a better life for everyone around this world.
Mm. Yeah, I love that question of Paul Polman and Andrew Winson. How is the world better off? Because it allows, as you say, to connect to so many other parts of the ecosystem. And where I want to take our conversation now to it is, let's imagine that someone is listening to us. It doesn't matter how big or small the cities are. And we know, you and I, we know that it takes one to initiate the change, but then it takes the entire village, to execute that. So the question that I am having and I'm curious is, who is that one entity or one leader who can initiate the change, and what part of, let's say, what other parts of the city could be
Mhm.
involved, how they should be involved, what are the, like, what that leader can do, and what maybe mistakes you see occurring. Could you share that with us, Layla?
Oh wow, that's one of the beautiful questions, Laura. And we need to highlight this. If someone is listening to us, you might be the champion who's gonna make the change in your community. Never ever
Mhm.
underestimate any idea came to your mind that you're gonna serve your community. Even if it's like a knowledge-based initiative, believe me, is gonna be very much powerful. So think about it, and you will be the champion. If the others don't have that, let me say, confidence to do that, you'll be able to do that. If you are still suspecting yourself, just try to ask somebody who's more experienced. Ask Laura, ask Layla, who they used to be the same. We used to be also a little bit afraid because all of us, we are in that comfort of zone. We can't go outside that cycle and we need somebody to take our hand. So if you
Mhm.
have just that courage, you can do it alone or just ask the help of the others. Believe me, if you started from your community, you're going to have like a big impact. It's all about how we can start within our communities because the change, people that are saying that the change should be from the, let me say, a bottom approach. But I'm
Mhm.
telling the others, don't wait the change to come from up. You can be the champion who lead the change because if you have that influence, at your community, you're going to succeed. And I have a very successful stories, but I don't know if you have like time to share these stories. But the change can be led by one person, and you will be struggling. It's not easy.
Mhm.
Your community will fight you, your family, everyone, they will suspect your skills. But if you just continue in that, let me say, believing in your initiative or your idea, you're going to succeed at the end. And I have seen so many people succeeding. They just kept in achieving their dream. And I love to call it dream because it starts as a dream till it becomes as a goal. So keep on that till you reach it. Because you'll be the one who will make the impact in your city to be smart and sustainable.
Yeah, this is so right, right? Keep on knocking on the doors and know that
True.
it's gonna be a tough journey, and you might be rejected many many times,
Many
but
times,
see,
many times. This is
yeah.
the way how you're gonna succeed.
Mm. And the last
Mm.
question which I have, it is, Layla, if you would just imagine that you are about to die. I ask that question a lot during this interview, and you know that there are three things that are so crucial to your soul, to you, and you just know that you just can't afford to die without accomplishing them. What are these
True.
three things that you really want to see at the end of your life, manifesting in this beautiful world?
Okay. To be honest with you, I always think about that, Laura. I said, one day I'm going to die. How people are going to remember me? People, they will remember you with your good deeds. And when I say good deeds, what have you done in your life? Your volunteer works, your work at, let me say, at career life, and your work also at your personal life. So, have you done one of these? Have you, and also about your experience? Your experience, have you shared it with everyone? Is it documented somewhere else? That's why, for example, I have published a book about my travel diaries, And why? Because I said one day I'm going to die. At least I have like a book so people can remember me. Oh, this is Laila. We are reading now her book. So I did that. And with the good days, I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best to keep volunteering in any, let me say, charity job. The volunteering might be about teaching the others, transferring your knowledge, your experience, and finally is also your impact. And when I say your impact, how you want the others to remember you. And this is when I said about my ex-boss, Khalid Siabi. He passed away, but every year we just remember him. If he's just meeting you for the first time, Laura, you will just remember him as the most caring person because the way that he is treating the others, as you are very dear to him. And that's why I keep treating people very well and never, let me say, disrespect them because I want them, even if I'm not meeting them for the first time, I want them to remember me if I'm going to die. So let people to have the best picture about you and have some documenting, let me say, documents about you. It might be a book, a video, blog, sharing content. It's up to you how you're going to do it. That's what I can share. And
Wow.
hopefully by this year, the end of this year, I'm going also to publish my, I'm going to share with this and Laura because now I'm working with my Smart City book. So I'm still working on it. So hopefully by the end of this year, I'm going to publish my book
Oh, we're gonna,
in Smart Cities.
yeah, post that and share that with the community because this is something I believe every citizen could read and be aware about the surroundings and possibilities, right? How we can see more than we see when we look at ourselves as I and actually, yeah, see we and all that the connections and the value we can create for each other.
True.
Well, Layla, thank you so much for being with us in this interview. I'm beyond thrilled to onboard you to the CEO World Record. Lovely, lovely meeting you, and hope one day I'm gonna see Muscat and Oman, the one you are sharing on LinkedIn so vividly.
I'll be honored. I'll be your tour guide because this is one of my hobbies. I love to take you around. So be my guest. I'm going to be your tour guide.
Well,